Welcome to another episode on our channel. As usual, if you are seeing me, that means that she has kind of been hit hard at work, and today is no exception. So rather than just me saying that she has been hit hard at work and we'll see you tomorrow, I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce what I think is going to be a new how-to series. Um, it's tentatively entitled "Standless Stands." We're all stuck with the traditional stands where it's either a crotch stand or a waist grabber or some variant thereof. But wouldn't it be nice to, at least in some circumstances with some figures, maybe do away with the stand, especially for dynamic poses? And that's sort of what prompted me to come up with the idea for this series. For some time now, she's wanted to do posing, dynamic posing, but the stands get in the way. I mean, they just do. It doesn't allow you the freedom to do what you would like to do. Um, Now, don't get me wrong, some stands will always, or excuse me, some figures will always need a stand. And any solution that I propose in the upcoming episodes, you use at your own risk. This is just a sampling of some of the things I think I might experiment with, but what the immediate effect or what the long-term effect on your action figure will be, I have no idea. I don't know how it's going to affect mine. Certainly don't know how it's going to affect yours. Like I said, some action figures you just don't want to experiment on. You just don't, because it's either obvious that any of these solutions, and plus the ones that I don't have up here, could damage your action figure or damage a stand. That stand's kind of secondary, even if it is a nice piece of wood. But do you really want to experiment with a $600 metal Iron Man from Hot Toys? It's a rhetorical question. The obvious answer is no. You don't. You'll use the doggone stand that came with it, and you know, and not experiment and take that risk. So, what is this going to look like? Well, I'm going to use a variety of different plastics to hold the feet in place. Let me back up a little bit and show you the test subjects. Okay, test subject number one is just going to be, well, with boots, is just kind of a cheap dragon or DID body. Doesn't weigh a whole lot, so it should stay in place. I will say that I got distracted by the bottle. Sorry about that. I will say that any figure you do use for this series, if you choose something from this series to use, it needs to be able to stand up on its own. In other words, the torso and the knees and the hips, they can't collapse under their own weight. So this is fairly lightweight. Of course, it'll have shoes. Um, the other test subject is going to be this young lady. This is a TB league, Bison, whatever you want to call it. Um, Obviously, she stands up quite well on her own because of the stainless steel endoskeleton. Using these bodies it was hard to overstate the value when we did the stop motion videos, or, or videos to come. It depends on scheduling. Sorry about that. But she's going to be our test candidate. So the thing about Bisons, though, they're heavy. Like I said, they got the stainless steel endoskeleton and the rubber body. I mean, there's just everything about this thing. Even though it's soft, it's solid. And I haven't weighed it, but if any of my solutions can hold this gal up, um, it'll hold about anything up. So, in terms of a stand, I'm just going to use a piece of wood. Nothing special about it. Just something I glued together and planed. But we want to use a standard stand, not the black oval or black square with the crotch grabber. You can use that if you want, but I'm going to use this for this experiment. So like I said, I'm going to use a variety of plastics, not just a water bottle. The heat gun will serve to shape these over a jig that I will make to hold the feet into place. I'm also going to experiment with a variety of adhesives. Um, this probably going to be a little too permanent, but I know a way to make it not as permanent. Use this a lot of leather makers, like wallets, holsters, that sort of. They use this stuff to put it together, and it is forever on leather. I'm also going to try a variety of tape in an unconventional way, just plain old painter's tape, good old-fashioned duct tape, and this stuff that I recently discovered. It is double-sided woodworker's tape. So we will see how it works in terms of holding up action figures. Um, Chemical adhesives, spray adhesive. Again, I will not apply it directly to the bottom of the foot. I'll show you a way to get around that. Same with crazy glue. And I got this stuff. Stuff's called museum wax. A friend of ours who is a retired Near East archaeologist, um, probably one of the best on the planet, believe it or not. When we told him that we had a few, and I mean like count them all on one hand, fingers left over, pieces of antique or pottery from antiquity, like 1500 years old. He recommended this stuff. And, if museums use this on stuff that's, is older than Columbus, by a long shot, this might work on action figures. I don't know yet. I haven't tried it, but it's just an idea. So there you have it. This is my introduction to a new series, how-to series, on me experimenting with different ways to make a standless stand. In other words, the action figures stand up on their own without the need of a crotch stand or or one of those waist grabber stands. Again, it's not going to work for every figure. I have no idea how any of these solutions will work in the long term. So like I said, you are kind of on your own with that. Anything you use here, you use at your own risk. I have no way of knowing what the long-term effect will be on the material that you adhere it to. Personally, I would not put this on a $600 Iron Man metal figure. Wouldn't even think about it. Just use a stand. So I hope you've liked what you've seen. I hope you'll tune in for the rest of the series. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button and turning on the alert so that you can be alerted to every new episode that we put up, which is kind of pretty much every day. So in the meantime, everyone, have a good day.